Iran News Today. What changed 15 years after Iran's Green Movement? Just over a month after the death of Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi and following the Women, Life, Freedom, WLF, movement, the country is again holding a presidential election 15 years after the 2009 election, which sparked widespread protests. What changed 15 years later? Alex Vitenka, Middle East Institute Iran Program Director, told Newsweek via email that Iran of today is considerably different than 15 years ago. Reformist candidates and system change drove record voter turnout in the 2009 Iranian presidential election. Georgetown University professor and co-editor of The People Reloaded, The Green Movement and the Struggle for Iran's Future Nader Hashemi emailed Newsweek, reliable data suggest 80 to 85% of eligible voters participated in the 2009 elections. Large voter turnout favored reformist candidates, based on past trends. Iranian experts, including Hashemi, and millions of voters believe reformist candidate Mir Hossein Mousavi won, but his win was suppressed when the dictatorship launched an electoral coup, Hashemi added. Instead, hardliner Mahmoud Ahmadinejad won president, causing controversy and sending many Iranians to the streets to protest, yelling "Where is my vote?" in Farsi. Boston College professor Ali Banu Azizi told Newsweek via email that multimillions of mostly young, urban, middle-class Iranians viewed as a rigged presidential election, at a time when many still believed that a reformist and democratic change in the regime was possible. Ahmadinejad won almost 62% of the vote, while Mousavi got 34%, according to the Iranian authorities. Hundreds of thousands of Mousavi supporters marched through Tehran's Azadi, Freedom, Square on June 15, 2009, demanding election annulment. Hashemi thinks 3 million people in Tehran engaged in a public demonstration over this state of affairs. With hundreds arrested, injured, and threatened, the authorities violently suppressed the crowd. Hashemi remarked, a harsh crackdown followed and public protests rocked Iran for 6 months. It's believed 100 Iranians died in the protests. Due to protesters' usage of Mousavi's campaign color, the Green Movement may have been the largest since the 1979 revolution. After the movement died down, Ahmadinejad ruled for 4 more years till 2013. A lot has changed. Much has changed in Iran during the last 15 years, Hashemi told Newsweek. The Islamic Republic has become more authoritarian, the political legitimacy crisis has increased, and the economy has collapsed, causing enormous poverty and pauperization. Over the past 15 years, the country has transformed like any other. Iran's debilitating economy, sky-high inflation, and high poverty rate, 30% of the population, have hurt Iranian households for years. In 2022, the WLF revealed Iranians' government unhappiness. Mahsa Jina Amini, a Kurdish Iranian woman, died in police custody on September 16, 2022, with many suspecting the morality police. Dress code violations are typical arrests for Iranian women. Iran's law enforcement forces, LEF, morality police have been accused of human rights abuses. Her strange killing provoked protests in 130 cities nationwide. Diversity in classes, ethnicities, locations, and genders marked the protests. Deep frustrations about women's rights, inadequate management, and the country's suffering economy spurred anti-government sentiment. The government forcibly suppressed demonstrators, banned internet access, and monitored critics. Month-long demonstrations expanded outside Iran. Many Iranian testimonies show women still breaking the dress code. Vitenka and other scholars feel the Green Movement dashed Iranian hopes of serious change through elections. Vitenka said, "This is why street protests have escalated in 15 years." In a phone call with Newsweek, Iranian-American journalist Nigar Mortazavi said WLF protesters wanted radical change, but after 2 years,